Thank you, Eric, and thank you, everybody, for being here. So I'm Ralph Shearing. I am kind of an unusual commodity. I'm a geologist, exploration geologist that's turned into a miner. We purchased Campo Marado, the mine on the right-hand side of the slides, from Nearstar quite some time ago. And then the other mine, Tawaweto, is a gold mine, which I've nursed through exploration development, and we're now just commissioning the project with a 500 ton per day ball mill. We'll add a second ball mill in the next quarter, ramp that up to about 1,000 tons per day. So we've had quite a time, and from Eric's talk, I think we're in a very good space because we're polymetallic. Gold primarily switching to production of precious metals, 60% coming up after full production at Tawaweto. Forward-looking statements. Everyone knows there's forward-looking statements in these presentations. So there's our projects. Tawaweto up in the northwestern corner of Durango. We own that project 100%. Campo Marado over on the right-hand side is in state of Guerrero. Again, we own that project 100%. So with production just coming on stream, we expect 75% of the revenue from Tawaweto to be gold, 14 silver, and the rest base metals, whereas Campo Marado is primarily a zinc mine at this point in time. However, we're working very hard on process improvements to increase recoveries of all metals, including precious metals. Campo Marado is the 6th largest zinc producer in Mexico right now, and we have a pathway to increase production should we choose to do so. And we're working hard to increase our precious metal recoveries. 2021 was a good year for us. We increased our revenues by about 121%. We had mine operating profit at Campo, solely from Campo Marado, of $34 million. $36 million net income seems a bit strange, but we reversed an impairment charge on Campo Marado, which changed those numbers, and that was a 15% earnings per share for 2021. And again, I stress, one mine. I'll tell you a little bit about Tawaweto. Tawaweto is just coming into production. This is a pre-feasibility study metrics. So we've recently released this, $258 million post-tax net cash flow throughout the life of the 10.9-year mine. Low cost, $855 per gold equivalent ounce for all-in sustaining costs. Post-tax net present value at 10% of just under $132 million. And that's a 65% internal rate of return, pays back in less than 2 years, about $45 million capital cost to build this mine. This is the project. So it's a district scale epithermal system. The red line in the slide there shows the only major structure that we've drilled contains our resources and reserves. And that's where we're basing our mine on at this point in time. All of the yellow lines are other vein structures that are mineralized on surface. We have to go and drill those. One, we tested the Texlama with 6 holes, and the mineralization is very similar to our major resource structure. That area where all of those yellow and red lines are is an erosional window through younger volcanics. I believe that those structures will continue to be discovered later on in the mine life off to the west. It's just all covered at this point in time. So that major structure is about 3.4 kilometers long right now. It's open in all directions. There's a long section. The little yellow or purple, bluish color is a reserve where it's not outlined in that little blue color is a resource. A little bit of drilling, we believe we can upgrade the M&I resources into reserves, extend them a life at 1,000 tons per day up to 18-year mine life. You can see all the mineralization is open in all directions on this structure. The area between Creston and Santiago we couldn't drill it because of overlying cover. We have drifted in 150 meters past the last drill hole. We're in mineralization all the way. I believe that area there will give us another third to our resources and reserves and could justify an immediate expansion of the mine to 2,000 tons per day. That's where we want to take this mine in the next 2 years. Campo Marado, here's Campo Marado. You can see the resource is 16.6 million tons. That has been depleted by 2 million tons with our mining. The grades are quite high in precious metals, however, they're refractory. So at 1.7 grams per ton gold, we're only recovering 15% at this point in time. And silver at 123 grams per ton, we're recovering 30 to 45%. So we've been working on some process improvements. We've been testing pneumatic flotation, and we've had some good results with microfine grinding. So we've been able to increase our lead recoveries, which will bring more silver in. We've been getting about 30% to 40% lead recoveries. We expect we may be able to increase to 60 to 80% with this new pneumatic flotation. And we have tested our tailings disposal facility by regrinding and running it through this pneumatic flotation, and we've been able to successfully make a pyrite-rich or precious metal-rich pyrite concentrate, which we're taking through forced oxidation and leaching testing. It has been tested on site from the previous owners, and it showed a potential 400% increase in our precious metals to what we're getting now for gold, and a 200% increase potential for silver recoveries. So we're really hoping to take that through the next quarter and have a pathway forward to bring that to fruition. Our cost at Campo Marado, through 2021, were 83 cents per zinc equivalent pound. That's all in sustaining, and then $26.7 million operating profit. This is where we're hoping to take Campo Marado. So there's an existing flotation circuit that we could bring back online. It was under construction with the previous owners. It was 80% complete, but that's mechanical flotation cells, and we think the future of this mine is pneumatic flotation. So likely push towards the pneumatic flotation to expand production. With the forced oxidation and leaching testing, if it's successful through second phase, then we have a pathway to really increase our precious metal recoveries, and we can reprocess the existing tailings facility. It has about 3.4 million tons of tailings. We've calculated that it should have about 280,000 ounces of gold equivalent, with gold and silver only, based on daily production reports of the tailings content being disposed of and the grades being disposed of into the tailings. We also have a lot of good exploration potential here. We believe we can get the drills turning again, we can increase our resource and reserves, and potentially over a long term make an expansion on this mine, maybe double the size of it. But that's, a bit of an aggressive statement and something we wouldn't be able to realize for probably 5 years if we get the exploration success that we would expect. And here's why we think we can get exploration success. The bottom image shows all of the ore bodies we know. Underneath that, there looks to be a second horizon of volcanogenic massive sulfide ore bodies that have been identified or outlined targets from borehole electromagnetic geophysics. So they all need to be drilled. We've been mining the G9 Southwest zone at 40% of our ore feed and 60% from the El Largo. We'll continue to do that for about 2 years, but if we have some exploration success to increase the resources and reserves, actually, I should just say resources. We don't have reserves on this mine, which is a bit unusual, but we haven't done a full feasibility study. And there's all of the targets on a property scale basis. So the ore bodies I just showed you are within that little blue ellipse. All of these other ellipses are geophysical and or geochemical targets that are drill ready. The previous owner, Nearstar, had spent a lot of money on exploration, and we're just need to set up a drill and test those. Any one of those could bring in new massive sulfide ore bodies to feed this mine in the future. Right now, we have about a 20-year mine life at around 2,200 tons per day with the existing resources we have. Here's our capital structure. Trading in the 25-cent level. We've been hit like everyone else the last little while. Our stock prices come down. Highs and lows, 25 to 77. We have about 277 million shares issued. And options and warrants will bring that up to about 345 million shares issued on a fully diluted basis. Market cap around $52 million these days. Cash on hand, $2 to $3 million. We're getting a little short on our operating capital because of Tawaweto bringing that online. However, we should have enough capital to finish it off and get it cash positive within the next couple of months. We're making money on a daily basis from Campo Marado, which is helping us fund our construction at Tawaweto. There's a little story behind the restricted cash. I won't get into it. It'll take too much time, and I only have 1 minute left, so we'll skip that, but I can explain that at my booth later on if anyone wants to listen to it. We have loan debt of about 38.5 million shares and enterprise value at around 88 million at this point in time. And that's my presentation for the day.